Right, come with me. This is a behind the scenes at Lytham Hall.
Wherever I go, I say that to people, and I generally don't mean it. I don't.
In Lancashire on the northwest coast in England. Tonight, I'm giving an after dinner speech.
They were just normal people. Got the shock of my life. Normal, just like you, sir. Not so much like you, but anyway, never mind. Please do have a look at YouTube. I hope you don't mind, I'm doing a little bit of filming here on YouTube, so if you are with the wrong person tonight, come to me, I'll pixelate your face. But if you're all with the wrong people, I don't know, is it a swingers night? I'm not sure.
It is 7:30. I'm due on at 9:30.
London, and the following day he rang me. He said, "Darling, I love you." He said that to me.
So I've got the house here at Lytham Hall to myself.
This is 20 years ago, my hair was thinning, but I was disguising it. What I would do, you'll remember this, I was... You're still doing it, right?
So just come with me, have a little wander around.
Now, gentlemen, have any of you ever been through the experience of having your eyebrows plucked? Well, we know you have, but never mind. Anybody else? You have? No, she's a lady. I'm talking about men. She's plucked your eyebrows. Are you married? Oh, well, that's all right then. Right. Well, I can tell you, ladies, and this is a fact because it was told to me by a doctor, that the pain a man feels whilst having his eyebrows plucked equates to the pain a lady feels giving birth. It's true. It's true. It is true. He was a doctor of engineering and he knows his subject.
Fabulous history. Look it up online. You can visit this place.
And I used to go hunting in fields looking for these clay pipes. And when I found them, and I still get the same feeling today, it's like being a treasure hunter. You find this clay pipe and it's unearthed itself for the first time in 300 years. So it's that connection to real people long gone and forgotten that brought me into the world of antiques, because every antique can tell a tale, and it's the stories behind the antiques that I absolutely love. And the funny thing is, with stories, antiques and history, there is nothing stranger or funnier than real things, real events. And antiques will take you on journeys to discover these real events, real connections to people. Yes. I know, it makes me sound so sincere, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? Yes, all completely made up. Right, any other questions?
You can have teas here, they have antique events. Obviously tonight, my talk is antique themed.
When does what? Toys. When do toys become antique? Well, you might be very surprised to hear that toys are on fire. Who has toys at home? In your loft? Go and search them out. because you will be amazed at how much they're worth, especially if they've got their all-important batteries. We are talking about toys, sir, aren't we? It's quite embarrassing, actually, isn't it?
TV tales.
Well, I was with an all-time 1970s pop star who, ladies, you will probably remember, called Jimmy Osmond. There is nothing I can say tonight that is impressing anybody whatsoever.
Now, we're in Lancashire here, and there was a very famous cabinet-making firm called Gillows of Lancaster that began creating wonderful pieces of furniture in the 18th century. And here at Lytham Hall, we've got original Gillows of Lancaster Chinese Chippendale chairs, a side board, or rather a server, in this dining room. It is absolutely beyond beautiful.
So I fried this mash up and I put it onto a plate, but it was all very oily. It was dripping in oil. So what I thought I would do, I'd get a paper towel and I would dab the mound down to get rid of some of the oil, which I did. But as soon as I put the paper towel on the mound, it got sucked into the mound and became part of the mash. So before John Terrell came back, I got a spatula and turned it over, hiding the paper towel, and a roller, and I flatten them and squeeze out the oil. As I'm doing that, John Terrell is walking over to me. Now at this point, I'm thinking to myself, I've made a bit of a mistake by saying yes to Celebrity MasterChef.
Funny stories from the Georgian period. Now this really is a Georgian house. It's earlier in parts, in fact Jacobean, but in the 1750s to the 1770s, they really gentrified it and built a huge Georgian hall, which is this.
So here we go, my first book, published book, is a romp with the Georgians. So it looks at British Georgian life between 1714 and 1830. Fascinating period. When you read this book, you will not look at yourself in the mirror in the same way again, because the British Georgians' DNA is in all of us, and their eccentricities are explored in my book. You couldn't make it up. So I'm going to give you a couple of questions from the book, and let's see who's going to be the lucky two people. So first question, when this hall, the Georgian Hall, was built, the work was started in 1757, which King George was on the throne?
Three.
No. No. Who? What? Second. Yes. Give a round of applause. Brother. Mind you, if I'm honest, you heard 3, 4. You had 1 and 2. I mean, so, you know, I'm giving you a round of applause, but I'm not that impressed. But anyway, never mind. One of my all-time heroes from the later Georgian period, and that is George Stephenson. The man was a genius. So, father of the railways. Question is this: the Stockton and Darlington Railway, the first passenger train, was in what year? Yeah, Peter, you said this is a room full of intellectuals. 1827? Wrong. What's that? 1856? Wrong. God only knows where you got that number from. Yeah. 1870? No. 1837? I think I've chosen the wrong question here.
1880?
No. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because we're going to be here all night long. I'm going to give you the answer to it and then another question, an easier one. 1825. Oh, it doesn't matter whether you were 2 years out or not, we're talking about history. I know it's fashionable to rewrite history, but not in my world.
Oh, come and have a look at the staircase. Let me show you this. Can you imagine going to bed on an evening up that staircase? Isn't it just utterly gorgeous?
It's the most expensive antique you've ever sold. Is that a good question? Well, what, you're scrunching your face? Have you got a better question? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a hard audience, isn't it? Well, you might be surprised to hear that the most expensive individual antique I've ever sold was not an antique at £170,000. Sold! And I was the most excited person out of the 301 people there. I got so excited, I leapt off the stage. In mid-air, I started regretting the movement. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. But before you go, thank you so much, David. All the very, very best.